right, we're on here with our boy Dame. Right now we are getting into our top 5 quarterbacks from the 2025 regular season. I'll let you guys start us out here.
Good.
Well, you go first.
Oh shit! All right.
You said you got crazy takes. I want to hear.
Um, I'm taking Christian Gonzalez at number 5. Listen, and let me explain why. I know it's a crazy take,
I'm here.
but
I'm hearing.
I'm gonna back it up here. He didn't have the best regular season, in my opinion. But when the lights, and when the lights were brightest, he took care of business in the Super Bowl, and I think that means a lot, right? What do you? Oh, and I feel like you have something you want to say.
I mean, I don't think one game,
But he's been good more than just one game.
I don't think one game can put a corner in the top 5 over the course of an entire season.
Well, we'll get to the rest of my list, but I think he deserves a top 5 spot.
They also still lost, so I mean, I can agree. It was a great Super Bowl performance.
But that's irrelevant because my next 4 corners were not even in the Super Bowl. So at least he made it to the Super Bowl.
I got it's just because I really play DB and I really watch. When I watch the game, I'm never I don't discriminate against nobody, but I love just watching DB play, right? So with Christian Gonzalez, I just feel like it wasn't one, he didn't have the regular season that I was expecting after the rookie season, right? Or I'm not just gonna say me, but a lot of people were expecting.
Yeah.
But what I can say is that he's lucky, not he's lucky, but anybody in football that plays DB is lucky that this game is a game of inches, because that ball that he almost picked off in the Super Bowl on JSN was thrown way too late. Way too late. You throw that earlier, that's a touchdown, and he was beat by 2 yards. He was lucky he was thrown late and behind him, because JSN probably still would have caught that ball if it was anywhere in the vicinity, right? And that, I'm not just saying that one play defines him as not a top 5 or anything like that, but it's little stuff. It's little stuff like that, even in the game against the Broncos. Okay, you in the right spot at the right time, but if that ball is out there, that's way more of a touchdown than it is an interception for me, So it's stuff that I watch about Christian Gonzalez that I love, and it's stuff that I don't like as well. That's why it's just a little take.
Yeah, I mean, he did. I believe he was the corner
I can agree with that.
Mims made that deep catch at the beginning of the game.
Yeah, he did beat Mims beat him on that play.
But then again, in my opinion, Mims is a great route runner. So, I mean,
well, it's just hard because, I mean, Chris Gonzalez had that highlight reel coverage on Rashid Shaheed on that go route in the Super Bowl, where he kind of locked him down on that. But which huge credit, because I mean, Rashid Shaheed is one of the fastest guys in the league, so that's a very hard thing to do. But I mean, I'm just kind of looking at over the course of the season, and I mean, he's got stats he wasn't even top 80 in the league on. So
yeah, I mean, I think
it's hard for me to really.
Biggest knock on him is I don't know how many regular season games he played, but it wasn't that much.
I want to say he missed 3 or 4 games.
Yeah, so I'm sure
I want to say
injuries affected some stuff too. I mean, I don't want to make excuses for him though, but
I know what you're saying. I mean, it wasn't going to be the regular season that everybody was expecting, regardless, especially with him being injured. But I will say though, when it does come to him as a corner, it's the only thing he was top 3 in was pass coverage rating or something like that. It was 55% or something. So it was one of the lowest. I think Sauce was number 1 with 52, or he was number 2. They're in the top 3 though. So when I see stuff like that, I'm like, of course. But then, like you said, regular season games, that plays into that as well. You didn't play as many downs as every other corner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. Yeah.
54 solo tackles, 10 pass deflections this year. He only played in 14 games, so he missed 3.
Okay, 3. I know. Does it say his pass coverage rating? 'Cause I want to say that was the only thing he was top in this year for sure. But had a great playoff Super Bowl run for sure. For sure. I'm not knocking him because I was over here debating on putting him on my list too, but it's only so many people in their second year.
It's not giving me his regular season number for that, but he did have a 39.3 completion percentage in the postseason.
In the postseason. Yep. That sounds about right then. That sounds about right.
Which is really good.
No, that's hella good. That's hella good.
I want to see if I can get regular season.
No, but it's hard for me to throw a dude in there in his second year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Only person I could ever say that I was doing my like top 3, top 5, and they second year was Sauce. That was his rookie year for sure.
Yep.
Yeah, definitely.
And Pastor Tan. Pastor Tan was one of them too.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
So I will say, according to this, he did have a 46.1.
Okay, 46%
rate, which is, according to this, third lowest actually in the NFL. He allowed one touchdown this year.
Okay, then that's what it said. I had looked it up right before we had started. I was trying to see because I wanted to see what he did to deserve to be on the list for me.
So, I mean, you know what? I mean, I didn't put him on mine, but I mean, that convinces me.
Thank you.
Very much so.
Yeah.
All right.
Good job, Wyatt.
Thank you. It makes me feel better. All right. I might get some heat for this one too. Okay. Taking Derek Stingley Jr. from Houston.
Oh no, I love that.
I don't hate that at all.
I love that.
I think people don't talk about him enough, to be honest with you. I think he's so good. And he had a fantastic year this year. So I mean that whole defense is stacked, but I mean I couldn't.
That was a Super Bowl defense this year.
Definitely.
No, for sure.
But CJ Stroud ruined that for him, so
oh God.
I mean, and the thing is that I don't always like the hate that CJ gets, really, because it's like he did so much in his rookie year that everybody expected that from there on out. And it's like, man, you're playing the hardest position in the game. Like,
yeah.
And what, now that I've played safety and stuff, I'll say one of the hardest positions. But yeah.
I feel like that'd be the case if he went from like being like great to good or like good to average, but like I mean, because we've given him a really hard time in some of our videos. It's just like, I mean, I understand 4 interceptions in a postseason game is so bad.
That's bad. It's terrible. It's terrible.
And that I mean, I feel like we're probably a little hard on the guy, but I mean, I thought he was fine in the regular season this year.
It is still, it's like when the time really matters, you know, that's another way, you know, that you show that, not that he doesn't have no dog in him or nothing like that, but I'm just saying, like, it's all about demeanor, body language, you know what I'm saying? It's those 4 interceptions don't just happen for no reason, you know? So
right.
I have
no doubt it was like nerves, you know, I mean, just I mean, we talked about this with Jared Stidham with that fumble he had trying to lateral the ball on that play against the Patriots.
Oh my Lord. Jeez.
Where it's like, that's probably a play that will never ever happen again. It's probably never happened to him in the past, but it's just like in the moment, under the lights, it's just like shit happens. And I mean, I feel like that's what happened with CJ. I mean, because I mean, I said, I thought he had a decent regular season this
But I
year.
think that's different too, because I think CJ's been in the playoff game before. I think he just completely.
There's no excuse for him to have that.
He had a solid year in the regular season. I just think he shit the bed that game. I think it was just a bad game. Like, I mean, it happens.
It was just every dog has their day at some time.
It's just a bad day. Like, it's a bad day to have a bad day.
It was a bad day, but
but I do love the Derek Stingley take though. Like, I mean,
yeah, 100%. I'm with that.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I feel like he's for sure not talked about enough. And if you really watch him play by play, makes that shit look effortless.
Yep,
makes it look effortless. Like,
yep. Yeah. I think fantastic corner on a fantastic defense makes him look even better too. I think. So
yeah, very much so.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go to 3. My top 3 were hard. I knew who my top three were, but putting them in the order was tough. I'm gonna take Mitchell from Philly though for my number three because
I like
I
that.
think he had a solid year, and I mean it kind of ties into my number two. I'm taking Cooper at two. I think that's got to be the best duo in football, quarterback duo for sure. Like,
I could agree.
Like
For sure.
that is a great duo right there for
I
sure.
mean,
That be the best for
I
real.
mean, you got to think like if you're a wide receiver one, I don't even know who I'd rather face. I mean, I'd probably maybe Mitchell, I guess. I don't.
Yeah, it's that's a hard one. That's a hard one right there because they both and they came in the
So I think
same year as they both show high potential. Like way like I'm talking about for the future reference. Like can see both of them being I ain't gonna say Hall of Famers nothing like that, but top players in the league for a long time.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to the Eagles for drafting those guys in the same draft because like that's
No, for
crazy.
real.
I've I've never seen anything
No,
like
'cause
that.
you get
Um,
you get both of them at the same time. It's crazy.
yeah, I mean, getting one is crazy. Getting two is just, I mean, especially in the same draft is fantastic. Howie did a great job there.
Yeah.
And then my number one, I got to take my boy Pat. I think my only downfall with him this year is obviously the injuries.
Wait, who
Um,
was number two?
Pat Surtain.
Okay.
Number
Two,
two.
you picked
Oh
Pat?
no. So number two is
no,
Cooper.
Cooper was number two.
Oh, you
Yeah.
took them back. Oh, snap. Okay, I got
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
Got you.
yeah, yeah. So I think my only knock on Pat was the his injuries. I think he missed 3 games, 4 games. Um, but I mean,
He played 14.
yeah, so 3 games. He missed 3 games. But I mean, I feel like he's just always facing the best receiver on that team, and he's always locking him down. And but I mean, I think obviously last year he won Defensive Player of the Year. This year, I mean, obviously probably wasn't quite as good. He only gave up 1 touchdown this year. I actually don't know who that was against. I think that might have been Green Bay, but I'm not too sure on that one. But I'm a huge fan of his.
He actually allowed 0 touchdowns through the first 9 weeks.
So it must have been the Green Bay game.
Pat Surtain. Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane, bro.
But I mean, I
It
feel
was
like,
just more.
yeah, I feel like if he's on the
But
field, he's consistent. He's always good. So
no, that's the big for me. That's the best defensive player in the game. Last year, this year, he makes it look effortless. Like I don't know when it comes down to playing DB, like especially corner, like the way he plays it, bro. It's just hard to get like it's hard to compare to that for me. It's hard to compare to that for me. Like I don't know.
yeah, and I think even I mean I've been to a few games and it's kind of like there will be some plays where like I just like you'll have your eye on like one certain guy and just kind of
Yeah,
like watch how they perform and like it's fun to watch Pat do that because he's
yeah, no, for sure.
I've been to multiple games where he's facing like great. I mean even he was the last regular season game of this year it was against the Chargers and he lined up with Keenan Allen, which I mean he's older now, but still a great. He had a great year, I'm pretty sure. So I mean, he lined up
Oh
with
no, definitely, yeah, great defense.
yeah. He always usually lines up with the ones, depending on how the offense runs. But I mean, he's just consistent when he's on the field. I'm a huge fan of his, so yeah, he's my number one.
I think he's a lot of people's number one, just in general.
Most people, not everybody.
So
Right.
I have a question here for our DB specialist. So
Mhm.
it says Cooper DeJean has a 61 point something completion coverage percentage,
Yeah.
which is supposedly first in the league for slot corners. So
Yeah.
what's the difference in slot corners versus I'm assuming most of these corners that we're talking about
Mhm.
are not in the
Oh, I
slot,
know.
given that the
Yeah.
guys that we're looking at are like 42%, 46%,
Yeah.
43%.
Yeah. So the only difference, really, I'd say, in the position for real is you have an outside, you have a slot.
Mm-hmm.
Some slots are naturally bigger, faster, stronger. There's something about a slot that's different to where now you're kind of playing like a linebacker DB type position because you're not just covering every play. Corners strictly cover every play no matter what. They're dropping back into their deep third. Man covers. The only time that they do not cover is if there's a corner blitz and you have to be on a hash to even do that. You're not doing that from the middle of the field. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Slot backs, they're more of that's why you see like the Cooper DeJeans, the Taron Johnsons, the Jaquan McMillans and stuff because they're all in between. Now, mind you, a nickelback could be under 180, but all nickels are in between 180 to 200. You're not really going to catch too many outside corners that are 200 unless they're over 6 foot 6'1". You know what I'm saying? And they just have that length to have that weight. But only difference I could really say it could because there isn't a difference for real. The only difference is that the nickel can go on more blitzes. He can make contact with offensive tackles. He could get more in the mix. That's why you see nickels have a little bit higher catch percent rating, and then they'll have way more tackles or
Okay.
way more forced fumbles because they're an addition to the box. Take a linebacker out, but it's like you still have to have somebody with a little bit of speed, quickness, IQ. That's one of the biggest things as well. So I'll say that's really the only difference. Outside corners, they're covering every play except that one corner blitz that they could do.
So,
Gotcha.
quick question off that. I don't even know if the word harder is the right word, but would you say it's harder to play slot or it's harder to play on the outside? Like overall?
I'd say physically it's harder in the slot, mentally it's harder on the outside.
Okay.
For sure. Because the slot, you're more in the mix with the linebackers and stuff. You kind of get mixed up as being a linebacker sometimes just because you're so close. So it's like the IQ that you actually have to play slot, people don't really realize, but it's like the physicality part that's more harder on you because now you could be a 5'10", 180, 190 pound dude and the tackle might be 6'7", 300, and you have to chip him just to get around, little stuff like that. Or you're running straight into 225-pound running backs that's coming on the outside, power zones, outside zones, tosses, all that stuff. Momentum is just different for, slots. But I'd say mentally for a corner, for an outside corner, way harder because
Yeah.
one play could take your whole mental away.
Mm-hmm.
One single play could take your whole mental away.
Yeah.
And that's whether you actually get beat, have good coverage. That's why I was talking about that last time I was on here, was just having that mental, having that being able to control your mental, not get too high and too low. Because outside corner, it can happen any play. It can happen any play. That's why you always have to do just DYJ, do your job. Like it's simple, stay in front of your man or drop back to your zone. Other than that, you got to do everything to the best of your ability. So I feel like really mentally it's harder for an outside corner because let you get beat on a go route.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Let you get beat on a go route and touchdown this, all 100,000 in the stadium. You know what I'm saying? Lights flashing. This is about to get posted later.
Yeah.
They're not looking at that at a nickel for real unless it's, lined up one-on-one crazy situation. Only way I feel like as a nickel you can really put yourself out of position is if you get beat directly off the line. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is as soon as the receiver takes off, he gives you a move. If you're biting inside or biting outside, now that's the worst part. They're playing with the most space. So it's like you get that slot back. You got him that can run 20 yards across this way. He can run 20, 30 yards up forward, and he has another 15 to his most outside spot. You know what I'm saying, as a receiver. So that's why I say a nickel, you got to have IQ like for real.
Dang. Yeah. Jeez.
Yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot. And
Yeah.
mind you, in college I played all of it. In college I played all of it. So that was mental for sure.
Jeez. Yeah. I could imagine. All right. Are we, who's next?
I could go.
You want to go or do you want me to go?
All right, you go first. You go first. I want to hear. I want to hear.
We'll have like the actual DB go last.
Yeah, that
Or
makes
we'll,
sense.
we'll go with the unprofessionals go first. All right. All right, so I have a couple honorable mentions here first. My honorable mentions are going to be Chris Gonzalez.
Okay.
And then Derek Stingley is actually going to be an honorable mention for me.
Wow.
Yes. So
Wow.
at 5, we're going to go Devin Witherspoon. Reason being,
it's great.
Reason being, number 2 coverage grade at an 84.6 on all slot corners. 69.5 completion percentage. And then I believe number 1 overall PFF rating in the slot, or maybe number 2 outside of Cooper. And then 48 solo tackles, 7 pass deflections, constantly pressuring the quarterback. And like talking about the eye test, looking away from the stats, clearly like a huge leader on the field for Seattle and a huge leader in arguably one of the best defenses in the league this year and one of the best Seattle Seahawks defenses we've seen since the Legion of Boom. So that's why I got Devin at number 5.
Yep. That's
at
a
number
great
4. At number 4, we're going to go DJ Turner. 28 solos, 2 interceptions, 18 pass deflections, 46.8 completion percentage, and then 5th in the league in coverage grade at 80.3. And then I'm going to go Pat Surtain at...
Oh, man.
Where am I at?
You have him down.
You're at 3 right now.
We're going Quinion Mitchell at 3.
Okay.
First in the league in completion percentage at 42.4. 17 pass deflections, 6 in the league, and 0 touchdowns allowed.
Yeah.
Stats speak for themselves there. We talked about that.
Yeah.
Best corner duo in the league. I'm going to go Pat Surtain at 2 because I think his stats would be up there a little bit higher had he played all the games this year. A lot of touchdowns, 53.3 completion coverage percentage, 12 pass deflections, 37 solos. And then just huge clutch. I mean, he had that clutch interception in the playoffs. So I think that says a lot. And then I got to put Cooper at number 1 this year. 63 solo tackles, 22 pass deflections, 0 touchdowns allowed, 2 interceptions, and had a 57.4 completion percentage in the slot, which is number 1 in the league. So
that is crazy. That duo in Philly did not give up a touchdown. That is crazy.
Yeah. It's insane, actually.
That is actually crazy.
I was a little upset you put Pat down at 2 at first, but I do understand the reasoning. I do think.
Yeah, now that we have a better understanding of slot versus outside.
Yeah, and not even just that.
Like
I think
having below a 60 coverage completion percentage inside the slot, when you think about it, that's hard.
Yeah, and I think the injuries hurt Surtain's ranking a little bit too, no matter what. So I mean, it is what it is. But I like your list. I think Stingley should have been in there, but I mean that's just me. But it's all good.
I would have thrown him in there too, and I'll let you know. Because I will say that list, like I love it, like I love the list for sure, especially just because I know y'all don't even play the sport physically, but like the fact you got all the stats down, all that, like bro, like that's perfect right there. Like I ain't gonna
we watch too much ball.
No, I hear you. I'm the same way. I watch just sports in general, like bro. I watch everything, bro. I swear.
Mm-hmm.
But I can say that I like the Cooper DeJean at 1. I'm not like I said, I don't discriminate. I don't like none of that. Like when it comes to DB play and everything, but I can say that I kind of made my list more off outside corners. I did make a list of nickels too, so I could go through that as well. But for outside corners, for sure, number 5. So mind you, you guys are going off this regular season too, right? Okay, for sure.
Yeah.
I would say for me, number 5, I would take. It's actually kind of funny because I had Sauce at first, but he ended up, messing up his calf and everything like that. But end of the day, Sauce doesn't give up nothing. It's just simple fact. You ain't gave up a touchdown or gave up one touchdown, I think, in the last 3 years, something like that. Like, he's for sure up there for me, but I'll put him in the honorable mention for right now.
We were debating this actually
Mm-hmm.
before you got on because we were both like, shoot, neither one of it. Like, we were feeling bad we didn't have Sauce on our list.
Yeah, no, he's for sure one of like top. If I'm going off the last like 3-4 years, like I'll put him up there on the list regardless of the fact. But I just know he messed up his calf this year,
Yeah.
which was unexpected, So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna throw him exactly in that top five right
I'm
now.
just happy he got
I'm
out of New
actually
York,
gonna
bro.
mix. Oh yeah, Colts perfect. Colts perfect for sure. That's a perfect fit for him. But I'm actually gonna mix one of the Nickelbacks in here just because we done brought him up and stuff. But I'm putting 5 Cooper DeJean for sure, just only due to the fact he hasn't allowed a touchdown, lowest Nickelback passer rating or catch. Oh my gosh, catch passing rating as a Nickelback. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? The pick he had in the Super Bowl last year. Like, bro, little stuff, just look, and it's always something about white corner this, white corner that. I'm like, and for me as a DB, I'm like, fuck the white corner. This is a white nickel. This is a white nickel. He's playing nickel. This ain't just like no people that know ball know that nickel isn't just like a regular position that you're supposed to actually play at that size. And he makes it look easy coverage wise and when it comes to the run game. So I will put him up there because I know for him to be in his second year, have that type of IQ, have that type of confidence at that position, that can for sure be my number 5. So yeah, I'll throw him in there over Sauce as of now. But if I was to go strictly off outside corners, Sauce would be in there for
Yeah.
sure. Um, for my number 4, second in the league in picks, J.C. Horn for sure.
That's a
Yeah.
that's a good one because I saw his name on the list too, and I was like, I've thought about that. That's a good one.
That's my guy. That's been probably like my top 2, top 3 favorite DBs since he was in college. Really just because he was the first one that I seen like, when I really understood like take his mental real serious, like manifesting always, never getting too high, getting too low. He didn't even have the best first couple, like first year, second year. He wasn't just the best in the league, but now third, fourth year, he done improved way more. I feel like if there was a most improved player, it would have to be him at some point because he's been top in the league already. But what he did this year, five, they want to say he had 5 interceptions. I think tied with somebody else for second in the league, but just to be on the Panthers causing that much havoc on the defensive side of the ball and knowing as a DB that, we always say, PBUs get you looked at, but interceptions get you the money. So when you see interceptions, I mean the interceptions that he's making as well. The plays, it's not like they're just all gimmies, but at the end of the day, being in the right spot, doing your job, knowing how to mix up coverages and stuff like that, alignments, play with the like really playing with the QB, toying with the QB. He was doing stuff like that. So, and yeah, that's why I'll say he's my number 4 right now. And he was one of the main dudes I watched this year for sure. If I'm going on to number 3, it was a hard one between my 2 and 3 for real, but they've also both been some of my top DBs the last couple years, few years, whatever you want to say. But as of right now, I put number 3, Derek Stingley. Um, he did. He's been consistent. That's my thing. He's been consistent, whether it's been high or low for the Texans, and that's something that I've noticed about him. He doesn't have too much of like a demeanor when it comes to playing that position. He just makes it look like it's so easy, and it's hard to do that. But if you go watch his college highlights, or even high school, like he's kind of always had that type of mentality, and I respect that about him for real. Especially you know being on the Texas, being on the Texans, the Miko Ryans, the defense y'all, uphold, and just I know in some type of way he's more of a like a quiet leader in something because he's not the most vocal, he's not the rah rah talking this and that. He just does his job and he does it well, And on top of that, he has other guys around him. He has a whole core around him, which I think is one of the best DB cores in the league. You got Jalen Petrie, Kalen Bull, or I want to say, yeah, Kalen Bullock, Kamari Lassiter.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah, bro, like, you got him and Kamari on one side. I can't say, Kamari is just the like top in the league right now for sure, but he's gonna make his way up there, and he's in the right group to do that. But Derek Stingley for sure, my number 3. Number two was my number 1 before Pat Surtain was, but he's always been top in the league for sure for me. But that's Denzel Ward for sure,
Ooh,
for
good
sure.
one. Good one.
Denzel Ward, the Warden, that boy right there. I'm not gonna lie. Like if you could just go over the years. Like there was at some point he was number 1 in the league before Pat. Defensive Player of the Year, and in the day. But if you look at it, Denzel Ward being 5'10", about 170. You know what I'm saying? The way he plays like he's 6 foot, 6'2". Like he plays like a dog. You see the dog mentality in him, and it's like you could tell he takes his craft really serious as a DB, and that's something I pay attention to. So.
Mm-hmm.
I really just the last few years, me watching him. I know this year he had about, I want to say 19 PBUs. I don't know if he led the league, but I know he had 19 for sure. And it's just if you go cut the tape on, it's like when it comes to hit movement, change the direction, speed, staying. And I'm talking about guarding the best receivers every single game for the last 5-6 years he's been in the league. Like. You've been the best corner on your team for that long, and it's been that for a reason. There's a reason why the Browns keep paying him, and it's like he can't really be mad because he's only one position. So it's like at some point I know he's gonna want to get traded and try to go win a bowl and everything, but it's like in the position he's in, you can't really be mad. You're gonna be the highest paid player on the defense. Well, I'll be besides Myles Garrett, of course, but
Yeah.
my number 1, as is Pat, my guy. That's been my number 1, I think, the last 3 years for
Mm-hmm.
real. And it's really just due to the fact, like I've been saying, there's a way you go about playing this position. You got to have some type of swag to you, some type of, demeanor that's not, affectable or that anyone can affect or anything like that. It's and then on top of that, me seeing him play in person and seeing how that is in person and how quarterbacks really try to stay away from him, and whenever they try to test him, it's like you lucky if you get that 1%, but he's not gonna let you get it again. So that's something I really do respect about him as a DB. He takes his craft seriously as well. I mean, they all do in general, but you could tell when something has been paying off. You know what I'm saying? And he's made that noticeable the last 4 years, however, really ever since he got in the league to me. But he became my number 1 these last 3 years for a reason. And I mean, dude, that pick in the playoffs, dude, I mean, it don't get too much more clutch than that right there, especially. And there's different picks in the playoffs that you can have. There's ones that, gimmies, being in the right position, whatever it may be. And then there's ones where it's just like, I'm a dog. I'm going to make it happen. And he's one of those dudes he's telling himself, I'm going to make it happen for sure. For sure.
I love that.
So, yeah, that's my top 5 for sure.
I love it.
That's awesome. That was a good list. Right? I like all of ours are different, man.
There's just so many good ones.
Yeah, no, for sure. All of ours, I like that. It's way too many good. Nobody even said what's his name from the Seahawks? Tariq Woolen? Tariq Woolen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's still to me one of the top DBs in the league as well.
I think if I